When we hear the words mentally strong, we usually think of people doing incredible things, like athletes breaking records or people surviving huge disasters. But honestly, we rarely use that term for ourselves. We're so focused on our own mistakes that we don't realize how much strength we actually use every single day. Think about it. Getting out of bed when you're exhausted because you have responsibilities, that's mental strength. Not losing your cool in traffic because your kid is in the car, that's strength too. Even just letting someone give you a compliment without brushing it off, that takes a level of vulnerability and power that most people overlook. Building a strong mindset isn't about being perfect. It's about 4 key qualities that anyone can practice. Let's break them down. But before we dive in, make sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss our weekly updates. First, mentally strong people are open to new possibilities. They don't get stuck in a "this is just how I am" loop. They're willing to try new ways of thinking or feeling. They can stay in a situation when their brain tells them to run, or they can let go of something when their brain tells them to cling. Now, don't turn being open into a new rule for yourself. Just notice when your mind is being rigid. You don't have to obey every thought you have. You're free to choose a different path over and over again. Second, they choose what works. This sounds simple, but it's actually a skill. To do this, you have to know what you're aiming for. What are your values? What are your goals? If you don't know where you're going, you won't know if your actions are helping or hurting. It helps to have someone like a friend or a professional to give you honest feedback, or even just use an app to track your progress. You need to be honest with yourself about whether you're actually moving forward or just spinning your wheels. For example, imagine you're trying to save money, but you have a habit of buying expensive coffee every morning to feel productive. If you look at the facts and see your savings aren't growing, mental strength is admitting, okay, this coffee habit isn't working for my goal, and switching to making coffee at home. It's about choosing the result over the habit. Third, consistency is king. Mentally strong people build successful habits. You've heard this before, right? But here's the trick. Start small. I mean, ridiculously small. If you want to start running, don't try for 5 miles on day 1. Try a 1-minute jog. Make it so easy that it's impossible to say no. The goal isn't the big result yet. The goal is just showing up. Once you've shown up for 10 days straight, then you can start aiming bigger. Finally, mentally strong people adjust to their circumstances. They don't wait for perfect conditions to start, and they aren't stubborn when things change. They look at what's happening right now, look at what they're capable of today, and they pivot. What works in one situation might be a bad idea in another. It's about being resourceful. Being strong doesn't mean never changing your mind. It means being smart enough to change your approach when the world changes around you. For example, say you plan to go for a long run outside, but it starts pouring rain. A rigid person might say, well, I can't run, so I'll just give up on my health goals for today. But a mentally strong person adjusts. They think, okay, I can't run outside, but I can do a 15-minute workout in my living room instead. They change the how without giving up on the why. So, don't look at this list as a test you have to pass. Look at it as a set of tools you can use. You're probably already stronger than you think. Now, it's just about flexing those mental muscles a little bit every day. I really hope you guys liked this video and found it helpful. But I want to hear from you, which of these 4 qualities do you want to work on first? Let me know in the comments, and tell me what topic we should explore next. See you in the next one.